Nicole and Mahmoud's relationship is doomed since they aren't meant to be together, according to 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé. The end of happiness. Nicole and Mahmoud, a couple ought to break up before they permanently wreck each other's life. 90 Day Fiancé. The end of happiness pair after season 8. Nicole Sherbini and Mahmoud El Sherbini won't be together for very long. Nicole, a Los Angeles-based delivery driver and clothes reseller, traveled to Egypt 5 years ago in search of inner peace after growing weary of her work. Nicole noticed Mahmoud working in a fabric store on the final day of her trip. Mahmoud asked Nicole to marry him after they had spent the entire day together when she returned to America. Nicole couldn't stay in Egypt for 2 months after returning in 2 weeks to marry Mahmoud. Nicole found it difficult to fit in with Mahmoud's rigorous restrictions and his now Muslim wife. Nicole missed her American-free life. Even though Nicole knew she had to file for divorce from Mahmoud, she gave him one more chance in season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé. The other way, by returning to Cairo. Nicole decided that Mahmoud should relocate to America when her assignment proved fruitless once more. Nicole had no idea how much she would be up against. Nicole is judged by Mahmoud. Mahmoud immediately showed how domineering he was in the partnership. Mahmoud desired a traditional Muslim marriage and anticipated his spouse to act in a particular manner. He wanted Nicole to dress decently and cover her hair without needing his guidance. It's possible that Mahmoud assumed Nicole would have discovered his preferences following their time spent together in Egypt. Nicole, though, was not going to allow Mahmoud dictate what she should wear. Nicole was determined not to change her identity by dressing differently, considering she holds a graduate degree in fashion. Nicole arrived to pick Mahmoud up at the airport, and he wasn't impressed with what she was wearing. "What's this?" he inquired of her, referring to the gray shirt and skirt that Nicole was wearing. Nicole was instructed to hide her bare stomach by him. Nicole mentioned wanting to appear presentable for Mahmoud. Mahmoud, though, was uneasy about the exposed portion of Nicole's stomach. "She always looked good," he said, "but you don't like to show off your stomach." In front of the cameras and other passengers at the airport, Nicole felt ashamed of her own spouse. Mahmoud is not happy being a U.S. citizen. From the time Mahmoud stepped foot in Los Angeles, he had a bitter expression on his face. Nicole was asked whether she was sure she knew how to drive as he made fun of the manner she was driving. Because he disliked how quiet LA was with just automobiles and no people around, he declared, "Egypt is the best." Mahmoud felt weird in the United States. Nicole attributed Mahmoud's lack of energy to his homesickness. Mahmoud continued, mocking Nicole's painting of herself in her underwear, as well as the naked mannequin in her living room. Nicole thought Mahmoud would be much more thrilled. The fact that Mahmoud didn't sleep on the plane annoyed Nicole. She did not want Mahmoud to think that everything she did or possessed was weird, but rather to be delighted to meet her. Nicole expressed her irritation with Mahmoud's actions, and he assured her that he would pay attention to her the next time. Now that Mahmoud was in a different nation, Nicole hoped he would comprehend what she had gone through in Egypt. But Nicole and Mahmoud's situation will only worsen on 90 Day Fiancé, A Perfect Life, Season 8. Mahmoud was taken into arrest due to domestic abuse. The Mary Pants Instagram feed announced Mahmoud's arrest on February 22. The blogger disclosed that Mahmoud was taken into custody and accused of misdemeanor domestic abuse while in Los Angeles. Mahmoud was arrested on February 20, 2024, allegedly after an altercation with Nicole, according to InTouch. After a friend took care of the $20,000 bail, Mahmoud was freed later that evening on a bond. It's interesting to note that the Season 8 teaser for 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, features Nicole running around trying to find Mahmoud after a disagreement, taking her credit card and phone with him. Is Mahmoud and Nicole still together? Mid-March is when Mahmoud's court date was scheduled. Nicole did not have to file charges for him to appear in court. While a new development in Mahmoud's case is awaited, Nicole and Mahmoud are reportedly still together following the purported event, according to Instagram blogger Shabuti. The blogger posted a screenshot of a fan claiming to have seen the couple at a Silver Lake grocery store. The viewer of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, claimed that when they spotted the pair shopping at their place of employment, Nicole looked great while Mahmoud was still a tragic